So, hello guys, hello everyone. It's a pleasure being with you guys, meeting very ambitious and very talented people like you guys. I wish you all the best. Any competition at the end is we're all winners, right? So take this spirit when you join such contests, such hackathons. And it's not the first and won't be the last, right? So make it count anyway. So I would like to give you my 2 cents on this topic. So what is the data-driven business model? We all can you hear me, guys? Right, Ahmed, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Okay, perfect. So we are living in the information age, right? It's not a secret anymore, right? We are living in information age. Our life is affected by this, and it's industry 4.0 we are living. And welcome to the data economy, where the most fortunate companies are the not oil and gas companies anymore, but data companies. So our topic today will be about how to build and sustain a data-driven business model, right, as part of the successful data and AI-driven decision transformation strategy. I know it's a big, it's a pretty big title, but it's very essential. Whatever your idea in this hackathon or in this competition, try to focus on your business model and make it a data-driven one. How is that? Let's see. So this is a little bit about me. In a very quick, I have like 17 years of experience in the digital transformation in general, and in data-driven and AI-driven decision-making in particular for the last 6 or 7 years. I did I managed service delivery for some regional company for covering like 15 countries, their banking application. And I started a technology consulting group called Apinova, and then I started MENA, medium.com like startup, it's Rakim.com. And then I started Bayanat AI to help democratize the data and AI-driven transformation especially for the underserved markets and underserved emerging markets. So here we go. This is our agenda. And I wish this was like a physical thing to connect and get your introduction, a little bit introduction about everyone here. But anyway, after the introduction, let's talk about fourth industrial revolution and what are the building blocks and what are the potential industrial products and applications. And we will jump to the data economy and information age and our digitization strategy and data-driven business model. And how can we start immediately making this an effect to take an actionable thing? So if this was an interactive thing, I would ask you, what is this? So can anyone here share your thoughts about what is this? Even on the chat, can you open that, Ahmed, for us? So can anyone here put chat or put I think it's not available, but I'm sure everyone here is relating this to something we can like do the grains and make it make our food with this, right? So yeah, this is like at the very first beginning of the human being, we used to make our to make the milling of the grains using such devices, right? However, we used to do and started to use the human and nature power, like water power, to make this job, this function, instead of like doing this with our hands, right? And then we started to invent something like electrical to do the job, but we need to a man labor to work on it. And then we have this with very minimal people working on this machinery. We can make a whole line of production, producing huge amounts of same product. But it's all controlled and computerized and using. You are not wondering, this is not a car, right? This is a robot. It's a self-driven car. You just put yourself in the car and the robot, and you just tell it, I want to go from A to B, and then that's it. So do you imagine how many and how much technology and data are running and communications are running to make this job happen? You can imagine, right? So this is a very introduction about the phases or the industrial ages from 1760 to 1840. We started the mechanical production. Like the main aspects of this age is railways and steam engines, and then from 1870 to 1940, we started mass production with electricity and assembly lines. And then from 1960 to 2010, we started the third revolution, industrial revolution, with computers, with semiconductors, with mainframe computing, and personal devices and internet, right? And then Industry 4.0 started like 2010 with based on cyber physical systems. What does it mean? So are we replacing people and human labor with robotics and machines? This is a big question. And the short answer is no, we are not replacing humans with machines. We are replacing humans with other humans who can operate such machines, right? So this is in decision making, the data, not just the descriptive data analytics, but also the diagnostic, and then predictive, and then prescriptive. So we will let machines take decisions based on our know-how and do-how, right? And also the same with the RPA, robotic process automation. If you are familiar with RPAs, we are recording a flow, the same flow the user would do on their system, on their ERP system, or on their whatever, the Excel sheet or whatever. We make the robot make the job for the human, and we can see the screen is playing, and as if someone is having the mouse and keyboard in action, right? So we are not replacing humans with machines. We are replacing humans with other humans who can run such machines, such robots in particular, right? I'm sure most of you are like, maybe was like a kid when like in 2006, but I was in my teenage in 2006. iPhone doesn't exist, iPad, Kindle, 4G, Uber, Airbnb, Android, Oculus, Instagram, Snapchat, or even WhatsApp. So all those things didn't exist in 2006. So imagine how fast was it? How fast it takes to reach 100 million customers. Telephone took 75 years to reach 100 million customers. The web took 7 years. Facebook took 4 years. Instagram 2 years. And Pokemon Go did it in just 1 month. So this is Industry 4.0, and the main characteristics or design principles of this era is the interoperability, right? Where the communication, humans, smart factories can connect each other via the Internet of Things and also Internet of Services. We will see what does it mean. Also, we have virtualization, right? Where we can create a whole virtual copy of the factory or the company for the simulation purposes, just on our laptop, just to make to drill some change, to make change management, to make simulation for any reason. And the decentralization, where we are able to do to give the cyber physical systems their ability to make decisions on their own. And also the real-time capability, where data are processed in real time, so that decisions and the actions and insights can be taken in a very timely manner, right? Also the service orientation, right? So based on that technology advance, we can make not just offer the Internet of Things, but also Internet of Services. And we will see how is that possible now and how is that achieved. How companies like Apple are not hardware company anymore. It's a platform company, right? Once you are a Apple user, it's you are Apple user for good. It's really hard to switch because you are locked with the platform, with the iCloud, with your contacts and everything. Same thing with Google, same thing with other providers. But also the last one is the modularity, right? Where you can replace, just plug and play any different modules in a very quick manner, right? So speaking about the Industry 4.0, I just want to make sure, Ahmed, you guys can hear me well. So if you, okay, cool. Thanks, Ahmed. So this is in a nutshell how Industry 4.0 are the building blocks of Industry 4.0. We're talking about autonomous robots, we're talking about simulation, horizontal and vertical system integration, industrial Internet of Things, cybersecurity, of course, to protect, because the risk landscape now is not anymore by like, if I want to destroy something, I'm not I don't need to just to set the place in fire. I just need a hacker to do the job, right? To make to dysfunction the whole factory, for example, or bank or whatever, right? So cybersecurity is a big matter in it. And also the additive manufacturing, augmented reality, and the big data analytics. Let's talk about big data analytics in particular, because this is our key item in making our business model a data-driven one. So what are the implications? We have robot-assisted production, we have predictive maintenance. We are not now making proactive or preventive maintenance. No, we are predictive maintenance. Based on your use, we are doing the predictive maintenance. Additive manufacturing of complex parts, machines as a service, as General Electric did already. They changed their business model to offer subscription-based offering for their companies, for customers, right? So they offer their heavy machinery as a service with like how much it costs per hour or per day or whatever, right? We have also big data-driven quality control, right? It's not anymore like very reactive or very, I just know what happened. What will happen, and I can already take action, make the system take actions based on the data, right? For example, now that the card fraud systems in banks, for example, they can predict some malicious, malicious or suspicious behavior, so they can stop your card immediately. No man decision, it's just a machine decision, right? Also, we have the production line simulation, right? We can if we want to like simulate any change, we can do it in a very like in a simulation with low cost, of course. We don't need to make the change physically to make the test. We can test the results in some simulation model on laptop. And also we have a smart supply network. The whole value chain now is very interactive and based on data. Those are the implications we are having in the industry 4.0, right? Example of product evolution, we all know Philips lightings. Philips now are making not just like traditional lamps, they are making even a very connected systems. So they give you the ability to control your lighting, making smart home products and making you control your lighting, the whole lighting and on off dimming lighting, controlling the based on sensors or whatever, right? You can also have some company like Medtronic. They did their blood testing, glucose meter testing, connects wirelessly to monitoring and display device, so they can alert their patient what are the trends in glucose levels requiring attention, maybe, and this is life-saving thing, right? Ralph Lauren, they did their tech wearable. The traditional T-shirt they have is connected to the mobile app, so they can measure the heart rate, movement, calories burned, and other data points on your mobile device, right? This is a very traditional tennis racket handle. No, it's not. It's a very advanced one, connecting you, giving you the data of the ball speed, spin, and other data points to make your performance even better. I'm sure you guys even noticed PUBG or played PUBG at some point of time. PUBG is a mobile app where you can all play with together to make like a first man or no, I don't think it's first man shooter. It's like a mobile game. I'm sure all of one is, but I have seen a very interesting business model. Some companies are giving you a predictive model, so they make assistance for you to make you win more. So it gives you like insights on your game. This is for like very advanced gamers and people who are like playing PUBG for money or something. So this is like a business, like a very advanced predictive model. So they can predict based on the information available in the game for one user, make better informed decisions for you, as if you are like having an assistant. And this gives you a sample of what military applications of such technologies can be, right? So I'm sure you guys are open-minded and you guys are having amazing ideas in this hackathon to contribute with, and you are building amazing teams and connecting with friends and having new friends. Make sure you are seeing the big picture, building something people really need, and people really add meaningful value for them. So what kind of value you can add? Try to think about, of course, this is like the, let me try to make the screen wider for me. So yeah, so try to think about the economy, the impact on the economy of your, so how economy can grow, be more productive, and employment, labor substitution, and the nature of work. Right? What are the impacts of Industry 4.0, and so should be your solution or your value proposition on the business side, meeting the customer expectations, data enhanced products, and this is our topic, collaborative innovation and new operating models. And so, and I will share this with you guys so you can also apply the same. I will jump because we have actually exceeding our time slot. So I'm going to jump to this slide. For any digital innovation, we need to have 4 pillars. One of them is business automation. One of them is digital customer experience, of course, you don't need anymore to open physical stores. You need a very nice experience, mobile experience or web experience for your customer or e-commerce customers, for example, right? And you need to drive insights, actionable insights from the flows coming for your such digital experience, such e-commerce store or web store. And of course, you need to make a better idea or a better data-driven business model. So you need digital business model and service, of course. And don't think just you can offer the data as a service itself is the only way. No, actually, are you familiar with Uber? Of course, I'm sure everyone has used Uber at any point of time. You know, Uber is using a smart pricing model. It takes some data points from your mobile app, from your other mobile apps on your phone, from your battery level. Even if you are out of battery or like under 10% or something, they give you a surge price because you don't have options, right? You will need to jump on some car to go home, right? So give you a surge based on the idea of having a limited battery on your phone, and this data point gives their pricing, dynamic pricing model, a way to increase their revenue, yes, and profits, and of course their partners, driver partner, right? Airbnb is making a smart pricing, for example, right? So how this is happening? They just use data to make more effective service, less cost, higher revenue, or something like this. And also they can monetize their data. I believe any organization should be a data company and a fintech company as well, right? So even if you are making like a very tech-enabled startup, or tech startup, or whatever your idea is, you have a unique operational data sets that can be employed or function in giving you a reliable and scalable revenue streams if you find a way, if you find the value proposition, right value proposition for this data, and the proper offering for such data. So this is our main point here. This is the business model canvas. You have to make your own business model canvas for your own idea. Try to go this extra mile, even if they don't ask you. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with business model and the business model canvas with the very famous 9 components: list your key partners, your key activities, key resources, of course, and your value proposition, and then your customer relationships, channels, customer segmentation, and also the financial aspect, the cost and revenue streams, right? So you need to make this canvas for your idea. And the new here, what you need to mention here, or what you need to think about, is the red components in this. This is an example of a data-driven business model. You can find a very traditional revenue streams, for example, like asset sales, like after-sale service, or usage fees. But you can also make a subscription-based insights based on your data assets. So now we can add revenue stream. If we are making 3 million, now we can make 1 extra million out of this, right? The same on the cost structure. Of course, it will cost you to build such offering. Of course, make like a upfront investment, economic scale, and economic scope. Right? You need people, platforms, processes, solutions, and data to build such data service. But you make the math. You make the math, and you make the. It's as if you are building a production line for your. You need machines. You need workers. You need engineers. You need lights. You need space. So it's the same. You need for such data products, for such offering that will make you a scalable and revenue stream. You would think about also the cost benefit analysis as well, right? So this is a very important aspect to think about, and make your data, your business model a data-driven business model. right? So you need to consider those aspects. One more thing, don't ignore analytics in your startup or your project or whatever it is. And also don't do the over analytics or like analysis paralysis, as people say. It's do your minimal viable analytics. You need to, for example, for one subject area, which is the growth, which is the whatever your idea is it B2B or B2C, about your growth, right? You need to think about your growth aspect. And how can you measure this? You can measure the growth by, first you need to think about the acquisition, right? You need to think about the acquisition, and those are the elements of the acquisition. And then you need to think about the engagement and retention after you are making sure the acquisition is good. And then you need to think about engagement. From my point of view, engagement is even more important in the early stage, right? Because you don't need to like burn money on converting ads or something like this and give Google and Facebook your money, right? And then you need to think about your monetization. How many are converting like paying customers, right? So this is something also you need to set your KPIs, your analytics KPIs on this aspect, right? And across the whole aspect, you need to think about the analytics and insights, and also the technology needed for such data flows for your decision makers. And those are the channels. Everyone needs to check mobile growth stack. It's a framework that being done by growth experts from Silicon Valley, like goals and growth. You need to think of your growth stack as well in the same mind map they put it in. So the key thing is the data for your idea, for your startup, for your small medium enterprise, for even for your gigantic business or mega business or a Fortune 100 company you are responsible for, you need to make your most valuable asset in this information age, not just to make better informed decisions for your managers, of course. They need to make better informed decisions always, right? But also to build a reliable and scalable revenue streams coming out of those data assets. Of course, we know how WhatsApp deal is being done, right? It's like almost 20 billion US dollar deal. They don't have much. They just have data and ability to grow fast, right? And it was like a fight between Facebook and Google, and Facebook obviously won this deal because they have data and they have the growth capability, the fast growth capability, right? So think of your data and your growth as your most valuable assets in your idea, and prove this would work for the judges, for your partners, for your investors, for whoever is joining your ship, right? I think I'm already over the time. Exceeded already the time. Thank you so much, Ahmed, and all participants, and good luck for you all. We still have more, but I'll stop here. It's already more than we planned, right?